Hey again. So, the strategy that I chose to demonstrate this week is called attribute charting. This is from chapter 39, and essentially, this is a strategy that kind of helps students to understand certain characteristics or attributes that apply to a given topic or concept. This strategy really helps ELLs because it shows kind of a very clear illustration of what they know or what they can determine about a specific topic. And something I really like about this strategy is it kind of creates a really terrific classroom dialogue, even though it will show individual knowledge because they'll be filling these charts out on their own. So essentially, what you would do with an attribute chart is you would come up with a topic, something that might have some similarities, some differences, but kind of are in the same realm, like continents or just kind of anything that would sort of be lumped together. I took mine directly from the textbook and I did the chart about the animals. I believe it's 39.2. You can find that in the book. And what you would do to show the class, you would just have a set of pictures. So I chose the one with the animals, and you would just be able to show the class or make copies for them at their desks to kind of determine what attributes you would be discussing as a class. So together you would create your chart, which I have already done here. Again, I took it directly from the textbook. And as you can see, we have the animals listed and then the different attributes that we are going to discuss. And you'll have to forgive me, I did go a little bit backwards, but to model this, we'll be starting here. So I would say, class, now we've created our chart, and I want you to take a look at this picture. So we can see here that we have a picture of a giraffe, and we're going to take a look at our chart and figure out what attributes are going to apply to this giraffe. So the students, again, would be filling these out individually. And so we have a giraffe, and when you think about a giraffe, is that the type of animal that is common to farms? Do you see them running around with pigs and goats, or is a giraffe the type of animal you think you might see at a zoo? Okay, so we would mark an X under zoo. But giraffes are not necessarily from the zoo, right? So when they are in nature, do you think that they live more on land or more in water? I'd say they're pretty common on land also. So we'll go ahead and mark that. Again, from this photo, you can see how many legs a giraffe has. So let's go ahead and mark that down. And how many wings does a giraffe have? Yeah, that's what I thought. None. So we'll mark an X under hair. And we know from other discussions as well that giraffes are not going to lay eggs. So they would give live birth. So essentially, that would be it. You would go through each animal, discussing the different attributes and characteristics that go with the photo that you show the class. Again, it doesn't have to be about animals. It can be about a number of topics. But the whole point of this charting, especially for ELL students, is that it kind of, the language and concept acquisition are kind of supported through this chart. And when you're finished, you could do a number of activities like comparing and contrasting. You could do an assignment where you group similar items together. And ideally, you could have the students do some sort of a writing assignment, and they could take words directly from this chart. So they would be able to say, the giraffe lives on land at a zoo, has 4 legs, etc. So their vocabulary and everything that they would use for an informational sentence could be taken directly from this chart. And again, that is kind of the point when you're trying to help an ELL. You want them to to really kind of understand that English language in the lesson. Thanks.